What is up, everybody? Zach here. I'm just going to quickly run you through how to import data into LeadLoft or migrate from a different CRM. Let's dive into it. So when you first hop into LeadLoft, you're going to scroll to the bottom, click Settings, scroll over to Import Data, give it a click, and here we are. This is where you import data or migrate from a different CRM by uploading a CSV file. You can see here, there's past imports, there's file names, import date. You can also see whether it's successful or if it failed. You can also see how many rows from that file were created, updated, skipped, or failed. And if you want to view all of the leads that were imported from that file, just click View Leads. So that's an overview of how to import data. Now I'll turn through what you need to do before you get started. For starters, you want to hop over into Pipeline and Segments. If you plan on importing segments, make sure that you add those segments here so they mirror the segments in your CSV file. Similarly, if you're importing deal stages, which all of you will be, make sure the deal stages within your file mirror the deal stages here. For example, maybe in your past CRM, instead of having new, you had new lead as the title for the first stage. In that case, I could open this up, update this to new lead, or I could update it in the CSV file to mirror the pre-existing stage here. For now, let's just save this and update it. There we go. So just make sure that all of your segments and all of your stages mirror the segments and stages within your CSV file. The other aspect here is you're going to want to make sure that your team, if you click Manage Team here, is also added correctly. This is done by matching the name precisely to the name in the CSV file for the deal owner. If they don't match, it will default to the person importing the file. So just make sure that you've invited your entire team, you have their names correctly listed here, and that the names within the file match the names listed here. This will ensure your import goes smoothly. The last aspect is if you are an advanced user and you're using custom fields, make sure you have those custom fields added here before you import your file. So if you're importing data that's not in LeadLoft by default, you're going to want to create some custom fields. In short, you can add that data to your leads, your deals, or your contacts. Now let's run through how to import data. We'll click Import Data here. And before we upload a CSV, we're going to go over to LeadLoft's import template. We'll click it up here on the top. And this is what it looks like. And if you need access to it, there'll be a link to it below. And to copy it, you just click File, make a copy, and you're good to go. So from here, what do you need to do? Well, you want to make sure that your CSV file or your spreadsheet here is mapped similarly to this. You don't have to have all these fields, but this is just an example of all the fields that can be imported by default within LeadLoft. You can see first name, last name, email number 1, email number 2 if you're importing multiple emails, phone number 1, phone number 2 if you're importing multiple phone numbers, as well as LinkedIn URLs, job titles, basically everything you can imagine. And of course, there's lead name, lead website, there's even deal information like deal stage, deal confidence, deal close date, etc., etc. And you scroll to the end here, I would recommend adding any custom fields you have to the end right here. Just to recap, make sure your CSV file is as set up and organized as possible before importing. And obviously, you want to make sure those segments, those deal stages, and those deal owners are all matching the segments, the deal stages, and the users within your LeadLoft workflow before you import. So let's give it a test. We'll click File, Download here, and we'll download it as a CSV. We'll hop over into LeadLoft, click Import, and we'll click Upload a CSV. I'm going to rename it to import demo.csv. We'll click Enter. There it is. Now let's map the fields. And you can see that many of the fields here are actually mapped automatically. And once you've mapped all your fields, you can scroll to the bottom and click Next. You have an option to add the missing fields if these leads already exist, overwrite the data if those leads already exist, or skip them if those leads already exist. We generally recommend adding missing fields because this is simple and will keep you from making big mistakes. We'll click Start Import. And there we go. As we can see, it's actively importing. And when it's done, it will say Success. Right here, we can keep an eye out for how many are created, how many are updated, skipped, or failed. To view an update, we'll just click Import Data and refresh it. And there we go. We can see 3 have been created. Let's click View Leads to see what went on. And there we go. We can open up Dunder Mifflin here, for example. You can see Dwight Schrute and Jim Halper. It was recognized they're a part of the same lead, and it's been deduplicated and combined them. You can see if I open up Jim, it has both of his emails, both of his phone numbers, as well as both of Dwight's phone numbers and emails as well. And of course, all of the company data was also imported as you'd expect. So that's how to import data into LeadLoft or migrate your CRM into LeadLoft. If you ever have any questions, remember, reach out using the chat bubble on the bottom right. I'll see you guys in the next video.